Okay.
Hello, we're here.
Hello, hello. We've made it. We've made it.
We made it. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Instagram. Hi, Ricole Divine 333. Hello to everyone who is watching live. Hello to everybody who is watching on the replay. Hello, Marta.
Hello, hello, hello.
Clearing the space of any stuck or stagnant energy. I call in the divine love of our angels, our ancestors, the Most High, Father, Son, Mama Moon. As we enter this portal of love and transformation, as we enter this portal of lessons learned and illusion shattered. Thank you so much for being here. We're divinely guided and protected. Wow, y'all. Yeah. Happy Tuesday.
And hello to everyone who's joining live. I can see Tina, I can see Veronica. Hello, hello. Yes.
Hi, Veronica.
We've made it. We're alive. Yeah.
Thank Goddess we made it and that we're alive. Wow, let's first of all have a sip of our coffee. Do you guys have your coffee or your tea, your water? What do you got?
I can't have any more coffees. It's not healthy, but I do have my tea and I have my electrolytes, and yeah, I can have this one in my beautiful mug.
Yes.
Have you all seen it? It's a nice one. Sometimes you forget you're awesome, so this is your reminder.
Yes.
How beautiful.
Oh, very beautiful.
How cute.
Yeah. Oh, so y'all, how is everyone? How has Mercury retrograde treating you? I feel like so many things have been popping up for me and so many catalysts, right? Like typically we might use the word trigger, but catalysts have been popping up for me that are asking me to take a look and acknowledge without judgments of myself and to transmute that energy. And it's been interesting. I've been in a constant flow. And listen, is Jimmy talking to you? Is Jimmy talking?
No, I'm just like cut it straight to the point, like because you're just like putting it nicely. Like what's happening?
All right, so straight to the point is that I was really triggered today. Once again, I'm learning this lesson around playing small, shrinking myself, putting myself in situations with people, places, things that don't serve me. And the truth is that, you know, I dance daily and I attend this dance class, this Zumba class. And the truth is I've received many messages that the energy is misaligned, but yet I still go because I love to dance. However, today I believe might be the last straw. I'm ready to shift in to a different frequency because I'm on a different frequency completely. And Spirit's asking me to make these proper changes and stop playing small. Do things on my own. Why join, you know, certain groups I can join, but I have my own path. And that's it. And I blaze my own path.
You create your own path.
Yeah.
And people will either follow you or they'll just stay where they should stay. And then the right people are going to find you, meet you where you're going, because either they'll be owning their shit, up leveling, or, staying where they really belong.
Wow, Spirit.
Mm-hmm. But it's been challenging energetically I don't want to generalize, but I want to say for everyone, and even the readings that I did for the Soul Circle community and Buy Me a Coffee members for Leo season, which Leo should be like so nice, and like, no, there'll be so much shadow work required. And the messages I've been getting then in autumn, golden leaves, golden time, there'll be time to really relax and maybe soak that in. So there's still so much work that needs to be done, should you choose to face everything that keeps coming. Or if you continue ignoring it, it will carry on being repeated throughout the September and October. But there is a choice to really like clear everything in August and then have a break. I really see it as a like clear slate, and then like enjoying, having fun, stepping into the new energy.
That makes so much sense to me. This is so empowering.
Yeah.
It's also kind of like a double-edged sword, right? Because it's I just heard end of an era, you know what I mean? However, this is also like a graduation. It's a graduation, it's a level up. I trust the path that I'm on. I trust what I'm about to do on my own path. I've had the really great training, guides, teachers along the way, and I'm ready to fly.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm ready to fly. Ooh.
Before you start shuffling, I've been receiving so many annoying messages, or like business offers, or even like messages on Instagram. And just before we hopped on live, the one said, "I will cut it. I'll cut it short. I'll make it short and sweet." And I'm like, "I'll make it short and sweet." Yeah, I'll make it short and sweet. That's my energy. I'm like, I have no space for BS. I'm like, stop interfering with my peace. Stop really annoying me. Stop like messaging me. I'm a no for that. So I just keep like deleting those things, because those things, those people energies, they don't even deserve my response in terms of energy or anything. So yeah, I'll cut it sweet and short. Sweet and short.
Wow. That resonates very deeply with me. That message resonates very, very deeply with me. All right, y'all. Bottom of the deck, Phoenix, right? I'm ready to fly. I am ready to fly. Lover, Six of Pentacles, and balance my scale. Ay. So also, well, before I get into that, let's just shuffle the cards. Let's just see what the cards have to say. What message do you have for the collective in this portal of love and transformation? Any lessons? Have you learned any lessons this week?
I think I keep learning every day, all the time.
Yes.
Hi, Maria. Hi, ladies.
Maria.
Hello. Hi.
Hola, Maria. Okay. Cards feel sticky. Any messages that you want to give to us, Spirit? Please deliver messages face up. If not, we can pull cards later. Pull it later, they said. Two of Wands at the bottom. Yeah, like looking out off into the distance, making new plans, reevaluating stuff.
But also resting and not like overdoing, and sometimes just allowing yourself to be with that discomfort, because then that will pass. The more you resist and the more you get frustrated, how much more of that shit, how much more like I can't do it, then like the more it's going to keep coming. So like to lean into that discomfort so it can pass.
Oh, that's what that is. It's that discomfort. It's that,
and no one wants to feel that. There's that intrinsic, there's that like natural like response, like, no, I don't want it, I'm not choosing it. But then what if you actually do choose and you go through that? This is where the healing happens. This is
where the healing happens. In that feeling, in the discomfort.
The same with growth. It's not, growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. Nothing happens, I think, productive in the comfort zone.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I say to myself, I say every day at 5:55, I surrender to the growth and transformation. And that's the truth, right? I do surrender to the growth and transformation. And part of the growth is feeling these growing pains, and allowing myself to go through it.
And let us know in the comments, what lessons have you been either learning or resisting to learn? What has been happening energetically for you as well? Let us know in the comments, whether you're watching live or on a replay. That's very helpful as well. And also there's an opportunity for you to own your voice, because you're not on camera, you're just here, well, watching, and there are comments like, allow yourself to speak your truth. So I'm just calling you to be active if you're participating in this live. Do it for yourself. You're not just doing it for us.
Yeah. Hi, Inka. Inka says that she receives that. Yeah, my G. It's our season. It's Leo season. Inka's big Leo vibes, man. Inka is a photographer. She's a free woman. She decided to choose herself. She left New York, moved to Miami, and she's out there taking pictures and of free women, goddesses like us. And you know, we have these lessons along the way that are not always comfortable. And the ego, right? Oof. Has a good way of like doing a little ego check.
What is this hawk trying to teach you? Do you want to talk about, well, I'm putting you on the spot. Talk about the hawk. You sent me that video. Oh, Tina, I'm live with you. Yes, I can see you. So nice that you're here. Talk about hawk.
Yeah, the hawk. So yesterday, y'all, I was in my hammock and I look up and there's a freaking hawk on my fence right in front of me. And I was like, yo, what's up? What are you trying to teach me? What's your message? And the hawk told me that, you know, I'm here to protect you, and, you know, to have this like bird's eye view of things. You know, take a different approach. And today I get home from Zumba and I'm washing my hands at the sink and I look up out the window and there's the hawk again, right there on the fence, peering into my window. And so, I mean, and then I send Martha the video because I'm flabbergasted. So what is this hawk trying to teach me? To have a bird's eye view. It's it's time. It's time to change my point of view. It's time to elevate. It is time to soar. Today's lesson at Zumba was that of it's time to level up. It's time to level up. You've outgrown. You can fly now. You can soar. You can not only can you fly, you could soar high, and then you can zoom down and do all these other tricks now. You can leave the nest. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
Courtney's saying, I've learned a lot by distancing myself, well, moving out from my partner. Definitely difficult, but you learn so much about yourself and your partner. And then Tina says, oh my God, that's crazy. I get a lot of birds hitting my window.
Hitting your window. Yeah, I had a bird hit my window a long time ago. That was scary. Yeah, y'all. I think the hawk is trying to teach me to change my vantage point. And it's true. And hawks fly alone, don't they? I mean,
and if you translate my surname into English, it means falcon. It's a different type, but it's one of the things that I do as well in my mentorship practice when I work, especially with women, to show them a different perspective. It's something that it's the medicine spirit totem animal, which is different to hawks. The falcons are smaller, I think, a little bit, but still very, very powerful. I don't know, it popped into my mind. Absolutely, big message from the hawk. Courtney, I get a lot of birds flying by my car. Lol. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all. Yeah, I'm strong enough.
Definitely symbolism there. And it's not only just symbolism, you actually have the spirit totem animals working with you and the actual energies wanting to support you. So it is not only metaphorical and symbolical that, this is just, there's a deeper, it's the same. It's not only we believe, we know that our loved ones, spirit guides, angels, they are by our side. It's the same when you work with the whether spirit animals, spirit totem animals, it's all real as well.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it brings me back to just a feeling of gratitude, right? Because I'm literally co-creating with my higher self, with God, with the animals, and spirit, the universe, right? So when I say spirit, I mean all of that. I mean higher self, I mean God, I mean nature, I mean the hawks, I mean the falcons and all that, right? So it's true. Like they will swoop in and deliver a message and really help you to realign yourself real quick. If you, or not real quick, might take you a few times. Might take you a few times to get that lesson. However, once I am aware, I'm truly aware right now, and I'm willing to harness that energy of the hawk, of the bird, of, having that higher vantage point to know that I'm strong enough, I'm capable enough, I can fly alone. And I'm willing to transform, to make a different decision going forward. Yeah. Yeah. Well, anybody else have any comments? Let me check Instagram. I just read. Okay, so Inka says, hi, nurture your ikigai. Okay, so Inka says, I just read Jonathan Livingston Seagull. You should check it out. God, bird, life reference. Okay. Jonathan Livingston. Let me write that down. Thank you, Inca. You know you be coming through with the gems. Inca comes through with the gems and the feathers. Write that down. I opened up to the page in my journal. All I do is win. That's right. All we do is win, y'all. And just like your mug, Martha, it's a reminder how awesome we all are.
Mm-hmm. And we've realized over the last couple of days, we communicate on WhatsApp on regular basis. And I'm like, there's so much content there, hours of content, and we still got things to talk about. We actually have our powerful quotes.
Yes. We do have our most powerful quotes.
I'm like, don't quote me on that. So what do you, Ricky, associate me with?
I mean, listen, today when I was on the beach experiencing my sacred rage after learning my lesson, I said, I'm channeling Martha. I'm screaming out loud at the water. I'm channeling Martha. Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! All of you, fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off!
I love it.
That was me. That was me less than an hour ago on the beach. Thank you, Jared. Thank you, Martha.
It summarizes and it saves you so many unnecessary words sometimes, and it can convey different emotions.
Yeah.
And I love your sticker. And then like you have the sticker on the mirror.
Yes.
What's the sticker? Well, if you'd like to share.
You are the shit.
Yeah, and this is the one that I associate Ricky with.
Yes. Yeah, I have that sticker on my mirror in my bathroom, and every morning as I'm brushing my teeth, I have my affirmations up, and then I have "You are the shit" on the mirror, and I've got more affirmations. So it's just a reminder, listen, you are the shit, I am the shit. We are learning lessons every single day. Some of them are more painful than others. However, Spirit says that, listen, we got you. I got you. You got yourself. Just continue on. Just know, and what Spirit is also saying, you already won the game. I know that I already won the game. So just stay my course. Just stay my course. Learn the lessons that need to be learned. Shake it off like a dog and just keep going on my path. Yeah. Woo! Let's check out the comments. 45-minute listen on YouTube. Oh, okay. I will listen to it on YouTube. I like that. I like listening to things. Yeah. Okay, beautiful. All right, let's do some cards. Oh, before we do cards, so I was on Instagram yesterday. And this is like talking about the illusions part of things. Oh, 4 of Wands at the bottom. Celebrations. You see this? You see these goddesses here celebrating, having fun. Yeah, of course. Queen of Pentacles behind that. Queen of Pentacles. Is that you, Martha? Again, standing strong, stable, with her amethyst in hand, self-love. That's really, right? Like you said before, martyrdom. Martyrdom. Are you, well, I saw the 10 of Wands. That's what that's.
Oh, we talked about it offline, I think, not online.
We did. Yeah, we talked about it. Talked about it offline, the 10 of Wands energy of martyrdom and yada, yada, yada. 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups, y'all, fruitful, abundant, so many different options here. This is all for yourself. So I was online yesterday, and this girl posted a screenshot of a new research, something or other, from the CDC, which is the, what is the CDC? Something like Department of Health or something like that for United States. And the headline said that the birth rate is down The birth rate is down. And she was saying, you know, good. Like, we're basically realizing, women are realizing that we're recalling our time, we're recalling our space. And I left a comment saying, absolutely, us women are waking up. We're awakening to the fact that we can recall our time, recall our space, recall our wombs, and not be pressured into the lie and illusion of that a woman was made solely to give birth to children and be someone's wife, you know what I'm saying? And to you know, for women who don't want to have children, to feel that pressure to have children, and to essentially change the trajectory of her life, based on an illusion, right? That we were given as young girls, right? When you're a little girl, what you're given a little baby doll to take care of. That ingrains into your mind that, hey, I'm here to take care of this little doll, walk around and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, as I've been doing a lot of work on myself, womb work, womb health, I have released a lot of guilt, shame, for choosing not to have children, human children. Y'all know I have 2 fur babies. So I've released a lot of guilt, shame, illusions, programming, old programming, and reclaiming my womb as something sacred for myself, for my creative energy, if I so choose, not just to bear children.
I like it. Well, I love it. And I keep hearing, well, it's not about even defending ourselves, but I can already hear the voices of the society, because the moment we start talking about this, about power, truth, bodies, voices, the systems that silenced us, someone will say, oh, so you're a feminist now, like it's an accusation. And I'm like, yes, I am. Like,
Yes.
it's a dirty word, but I want everyone to be clear. And well, you can be on board or not. Feminism isn't a trend, it's a response. But also, I want you to know that being a feminist doesn't mean hating men. It doesn't mean shouting over people. It doesn't mean seeking revenge. It doesn't mean you're angry all the time, though you are allowed to be. So if you get triggered by anything that we're sharing here, like, ask yourself why. It doesn't mean you're perfect or woke or loud or political or whatever box people want to basically shove into you. And for me, feminism means believing that women are fully human, that our voices matter. I keep feeling my throat chakra restricted as I'm tapping to the energy of those who are watching it live and will be watching it on the replay, that our bodies are our own and that we deserve safety, freedom, respect, and choice in every area of life. And I feel that it also means seeing the ways the world has not been built for us and deciding to change that. Because it really means that I think it's so important for us to have those conversations where we can question the systems that tell us to be small, standing beside other women, not above them. It means listening to women who are different from us and whose struggles are deeper, whose stories were never centered. And it means knowing that your pain isn't just personal. I truly believe it's part of something bigger. And we're all here healing. It means I feel like I want to talk about the importance of speaking when you've been taught to stay silent, loving yourself when the world profits from your insecurity, choosing softness when you are expected to be hard, choosing boundaries when you're expected to give everything. And being a feminist means you know the truth and you choose not to look away. So if that's what they call feminist, fine. Well, call me a feminist, because I am done being quiet. I am done being sweet when I'm seething. I'm done shrinking in, shrinking to fit into a version of, for instance, femininity that keeps me small, convenient. I am here. I am whole. And I am not afraid of the word that simply means I deserve to be free. We all deserve to be free. This is where, so it's about allowing yourself to be free and allowing yourself to be in your whole fullness, whatever it means for you. Just, yeah. And I can go on and off about, we can share our sacred rage, how for centuries women were told to stay quiet, not by accident but by design, in by various industries, institutions. But yeah, I want to highlight that those conversations are so important.
Absolutely. Especially, in my new life as a free woman, reclaiming my voice as a free woman from the New York City Police Department for over 17 years. Part of the conditioning, added on conditioning, was that it's kind of like a control, right? Control over you.
Mm-hmm.
The department's very specific on who I could speak to as a police officer, right? Who I could associate with, even if it's people that I grew up with or family members, for instance. There's certain rules and regulations, like you couldn't associate with any known felons, or all these rules and regulations and things that you could say and things that you couldn't say. So in expressing myself and speaking out, and realizing these systems that are put here to keep you small, to keep you in control, it's very empowering to me to speak out against it, and to also assist myself in reprogramming my mind.
So important. And like, there is a figure that I want to bring to the conversation. I've been aware of her energy before we tapped into, and it might tie nicely, it might not, but I don't care. I'm still going to show you the cards. I've been seeing her energy. Joan of Arc, voice of truth, because she was burned. I was just like, so Joan of Arc, I've just Googled, was burned at the stake. She was convicted of heresy. So basically, voice of truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. So this really ties, well, everything ties to so many institutions, so many organizations that really try to silence us. So let's begin with religion. In many traditions, women were told that our voices were dangerous, that our bodies were temptations, that we should obey, not lead. Christianity, as one example, I truly believe it is, it's really overused the silence. It didn't permit like women to teach or have authority over a man, and those statements were used to exclude women from spiritual leadership entirely. And women like Joan of Arc, who heard God directly, who led men into battle, were burned alive. Midwives, healers, mystics, herbalists, women with knowledge, power, or independence were called witches and executed by tens of thousands. The church not only removed women from power, it made us fear our own wisdom. And then we have the law. So for centuries, married women were considered legally non-existent. I know that there are it depends on the countries, but in certain countries, women's identity disappeared when she got married. She couldn't own property, she couldn't earn her own money, women couldn't speak in court. Basically, woman was not considered a person, she was an extension of her husband. And even now, in too many places, the law still limits what we can do with our bodies, our choices, our reproductive rights. And in some parts of the world, women still need a man's permission to travel, work, or even access healthcare.
Mm.
And then I want to talk quickly about medicine too, because it also has never been neutral. If we consider the word hysteria, which comes from the Greek hysteria, meaning womb, and Ricky's been talking about like doing the womb healing, I think it's appropriate to mention because for centuries, any woman who cried, grieved, spoke too loudly, or dared to resist was diagnosed as hysterical.
Yes.
And if we showed emotion, we were sick. If we expressed desire, we were dangerous. If we
Yes.
disagreed, we were mentally ill. And women were institutionalized,
Very true.
restrained,
Yes.
drugged, silenced, and some were given forced surgeries. And
Mm.
yes, and there are so many like medical procedures, so many things that were basically invented by male doctors, tested only on men, or like to treat women's medical conditions, or if we are talking about women's hysteria.
Yes.
And this isn't just history; it is still happening.
Mm.
I truly this is where my sacred rage keeps coming as well, because even today, I'm not sure how it is in the countries where you live, but women are still told that our pain isn't real, that we have to wait longer in emergency rooms, we're dismissed as anxious when we describe serious health problems, symptoms. And then I keep hearing, Ricky will be able to speak to it more, that Black women are still dying in childbirth at shockingly high rates. I've been hearing that.
Yeah.
And we are still told that we are too emotional to be trusted, even when we are right.
Mhm. So true. So very, very, very true. As far as women's health and Black women being told not being believed of their pain and dying in childbirth, that I believe that we are number one, Black women, in dying, the mortality rates to give birth to children. Also, myself, telling the doctors in the NYPD that I was in severe, severe pain and not being believed, being said it doesn't matter, and then being sent back to work. Also, by a man, white male doctor, and then him actually saying, well, my wife had the same thing and she doesn't, whatever, whatever. So basically not being believed. Talking about women and hysteria, hysterectomy, those words, right?
Mm.
And basically being told that we're sick for feeling these emotions. Last year, I took a trip to the Allegheny Lunatic Asylum in West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
I went there on a very special assignment. I went there to retrieve the records and the bones of my great grandfather, James Queen, who was a patient there and died there in 1920. His body has never been recovered, nor have his medical records. So I went there with my aunt to do some research. When I got to the Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, it's now a historic site where they film different shows like Ghost Wars and all these other things, and they do all these tours. So I decided to go on a tour when I was there. And during the tour, in this big room, because it still looks like the asylum, they had these really big posters that were up, to be displayed. And it was people's medical records and their pedigree information, where they were from, how old they were, their sex, and why they were there. And so many were young girls who were dropped off. Let's say Mary Jones, age 12, dropped off by her father for having menstrual pain.
Mm-hmm.
Another one, Joan of Arc, age 13, dropped off by her parents for anxiety, for depression, for excessive crying. And back then, when people would drop you off there, it was a life sentence. It was a life sentence. And then you're living your whole entire life in these institutions, being tested on by these male doctors, being experimented on by these white male doctors. It was torturous. It was absolutely torturous. And then, not to mention, for the Black people who were there, like my great grandfather, who was in a segregated building, right? In a segregated building during the time. So that means that they were experimented on. They do these, what is it called? And they still have the tools there on display of what these doctors would use to like go inside the skull. What the hell is that procedure called? I forgot. But it's torture. It's literally torture. Yeah, y'all. So it's a lot of sacred rage. It's a lot of ancestral shit that comes up that needs to be released.
But it has to be spoken about as well. And Tina's saying, wow, Marta, that's heavy. I wonder if I was part of that in a previous life, as I have always lived in fear for some reason. That is heartbreaking. Tina's saying lobotomy.
Yes, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Phlebotomy. Phlebotomy. They used to experiment on people with these tools, like with an ice pick, and jam it into their fucking skull underneath their eyes. Yes, to do these testing on them because they're crying.
She's saying lobotomy, perhaps. I don't know.
Lobotomy. It's lobotomy. Yes. Yes, it's torture. And so at this Allegheny lunatic asylum, where my great grandfather James Queen was a patient and died there, and I'm coming for you, state of West Virginia. I want his medical records and I want his bones. Where is his body? They're tested on, and now of course the segregated building is demolished, right? So. And to anyone who's out there who may be watching now or maybe on the replay, who can assist me in this ancestor mission to retrieve the medical records for my grandfather and his bones from the Allegheny Lunatic Asylum in West Virginia, I would be honored to speak with you. Yeah, he died in the year 1920. Yeah. And who knows how he died, right? Like, was he murdered by one of the doctors? Was it death of natural causes? Who knows? You know, and all the other people and all the other patients that were just dropped off and forgotten about and experimented on.
Yeah. And we had that conversation a couple of days ago that, well, we all speak through our lineage and through our points of references. But when Ricky was sharing about that experience of her grandfather, that really reminded me of the concentration camps. So one of my grandfathers, he spent 3 years in German concentration camps, and the stories he disturbed and the babies that were killed. I'm not going into details during this live because there are like so many like shocking stories, but I would travel with him later on. He survived, and I would hear the stories from the survivors, what was like done to those people. And it almost like those tortures that you're describing, of course, they happened in a different culture, in a different surrounding, in a different context, yet with a similar underlining like energy of like stripping away the human aspect of the human, like removing their dignity. And it's so important for us to be able to speak about it openly, to heal, to make sure that those people are never forgotten, but also to keep awakening people who are on this plane right now so that the history never repeats itself. We need so much more to open our hearts. We need to be so much more empathetic, because there's a very, very thin line that's so easy to cross in order for people to channel their rage or things or struggles that they've got with themselves and use it towards not the highest purpose. Yeah, that hurts a lot. So remember that the change, it always happens within, and it always happens from that one person. So if you're thinking, can I change the world? Yes, you can, by working on yourself, by speaking your truth, by working on your energy, because that creates that ripple effect. And yeah, and we've started talking about, well, women, then we're talking about like marginalized people as well. But it is so important because those people, they didn't have voices. And then we could mention about so many other places, like in terms of women. I believe like education also told us to stay small because we were excluded from universities and taught only to clean, raise children,
And
and
then not
even
even
when
to enjoy the act of being intimate with someone, right? Like that we're just there to be the and then you get pregnant and then your life is just, you know what I mean? It's just it's really just ripping us all away from our true essence. Sorry. Had to jump in there with
no,
that.
it's true. And then workplace, we were told to smile more, not speak up, be helpful, not ambitious, be humble, not assertive. And if we succeeded, we were called aggressive. If we failed, we were told we weren't trying hard enough. And the same confidence praised in men was punished in us. And while we held entire households and communities together, we were paid less or not paid at all. And I want you to also think about culture and media that reduced us to stereotypes: the bitch, the slut, the good girl, the crazy ex.
Yeah.
If we were angry, we were unstable again. If
Yeah.
we were sexual, we were dangerous. If we were powerful, we were threats. Women in media were always being edited, their stories retold through a male gaze,
Yeah.
their softness manipulated, their rage mocked. So I want you to think about like all those institutions that were built to contain women. And the hard part is that it wasn't just men, because some women upheld these systems too, not because they were evil, but because they were taught to, because survival meant complying, because generational trauma teaches us to repeat the rules that kept us safe. But the silence is cracking now, and you have an opportunity to not repeat the cycle, to heal generational trauma, because we're talking about our bodies, our wombs, our pain, and our power, because it was taken away from us. And we are remembering that we were never broken. We were always dangerous to systems that needed us small. So now I don't want you to consider concentrating on the spirit, doesn't want you to consider. We'll focus on blaming. It's about truth. It's about healing the inheritance of silence. It's about reclaiming the voice that was always ours. It's about looking at the systems, all of them, and saying, I see you and I choose differently now. Because
Yeah.
every time I keep hearing, oh, but everyone does it, I'm like, precisely. Like, use your discernment, think for yourself. I'm like, come on. So I want everyone to hear again, we are not hysterical, we are not too much, we are not unstable, we are not lost. We are women remembering, we are bodies coming home, and we are voices rising. At this time, we are not asking for permission. This is what I
Yeah.
want everyone to. We are not asking for that permission, and this is not just ranting and like, oh, like she's talking BS and like another like, no.
Yes,
Feels
we're
good.
not asking permission. We're not asking permission. We are
No.
reclaiming our time, our
So
space.
use your brain, use your soul, use your heart, and like make your own choices. Don't stay complacent and don't just accept that the way things work, it's the way they should. Like start questioning things, start speaking openly, and like start like fighting if you have to, which is still the reality, for what's best for you.
Yeah. Speaking of questioning things, right? So I was listening to a podcast yesterday. Shout out to Doctress Monica Nicole. She had said, now Doctress Monica Nicole grew up in the church, and now she's not. So she said yesterday, she says, how are they teaching us that women came from the man's rib, but yet every time a baby is born, it comes from a woman? How is that? You know, and once again, it's that illusion to that we were given and that we accepted, that we are an extension of the man instead of being our own. We are Mother Earth. It all comes from us. And in this remembrance and rising of people who have wombs, that were born with wombs, there's a lot of change happening. There's a lot of change happening. There's a lot of patterns being disrupted. And like I always say, the last shall be first and the first shall be last. We're rising. Womb health is necessary.
I want to read that message from her. I keep hearing. Well,
Yeah.
I've got the. Normally, I just ignore booklets, but I want everyone to know, because Joan d'Arc, like she's one of those ascended masters, and she's a loving guide to all those who want to stand up against the odds. She also helps many light workers overcome their fear of persecution, because I've seen some people commenting. So you are being basically encouraged to stand strong. You may feel unrecognized and misunderstood, but that doesn't mean you have to give up on the mission you feel called to fulfill. You must follow the will of your soul and exercise your leadership spirit by speaking your truth. You may feel as if you're on a battlefield, but this conflict will come to an end as soon as you stop defending yourself. You are not here to prove yourself to others. Instead, approve of yourself. Know that your angels are on your side and that heaven is thanking you for being the honest soul you are. So repeat out loud or inside your mind and hopefully hearts as well, that you are not to prove yourself to others. You are to approve of yourself. I am to approve of myself. I am not to prove myself to anyone. And that makes a huge difference.
Word. So much power in having this conversation, calling shit out. Like you said earlier, we see you. And who's you? Who you is society. You is, these structures, whether it's religion or the police department or other entities. We see you. Whether it's, the illusion that they sold to us, that women have to play small. Like our purpose is just to give birth to children. No, that's not the truth. We know that. We see you, and we're calling your shit out.
Do you want to pull some cards towards the end? I'll have to go soon, but I can stay for like 10 more minutes.
Okay, yeah, let me do African Goddess Rising deck. Of course, Abiola Abrams. Yeah, at the bottom of the deck. I am knowing. I am knowing. Thank you. African Goddess Rising deck with this sacred fire. So we enter the portal. Please deliver us messages from the portal of love, transformation, and wisdom for the collective. Yeah. Oh, Yamaya at the bottom of the deck, y'all. Oh, and I had a beautiful conversation with her today on the beach as I was doing my sacred rage. Thank you, Yamaya, for coming through. Message received, huh? Okay, girl. Thank you. And this card is the awakening card, right? So many revelations in learning lessons and shattering illusions. We are awakening. We are awakening and breaking through, y'all. So good work. Good work. Learning lessons all the time is not easy, not always fun, and shattering illusions. However, it's necessary. Do you have any messages for us? Please deliver. Of course. Mama Djambo, shine. Shine bright like a diamond. She is asking you to speak your truth. Shine your light. Do not allow anyone to dim your light. You are given the gift of discernment, and you can spot that shit a mile away. You know that your path is clear. Your path is clear for takeoff, and we want to see what you're working with, my G. We want to see these beautiful gifts and talents and creativity that you got brewing. We want to hear your voice. And like Martha said earlier, it's not just about us. It's not about Ricky or it's not about Martha. It's about the collective. And when we heal things in ourselves, that also breaks the chains going backwards and forwards. So Spirit's really asking you to stand up and shine, y'all. Shine your light. At the bottom of the deck, we've got Brazen. This is Leo energy, right? We're in Leo season. You are bold. You are brave. You are out here in spirit, co-creating with Mama Earth. You are bold. You are brave. You're supported. Why are all these cards turned over? All right, y'all. I'm not taking all these cards. Please give us one more message, please, before we close out. Please give us one more message as we close out. Have anything? We have the Strength card at the bottom here of the tarot deck. Yeah, y'all, you got this. You have the strength. You have the power. You are supported by your animal spirits. Here's this Leo energy again, right? We are fully in our Leo energy. Spirit's really asking us to live out loud and to be creative, right? We have these new ideas coming through. Spirit's literally passing you the baton. Spirit is literally passing you the baton to take it and to keep on going. Keep living out loud and brave and brazen. Keep shining your light, and you will continue to awaken. Yeah, that's what I got.
I love it. I'll pull quickly 3 angel cards before we go, and we can wrap it up so we can finish with something that's going to support you as well with anything that you are needing to work on or are refusing to work on. That's from the Angel Prayers deck by Kyle Gray.
So New
Okay.
York.
Okay. Archangel Uriel, shine your light. Thank you, Uriel, for helping me to share my light with the world. But this is in a position of strength. So if you're watching it live or on the replay, it feels to me that you have started to acknowledge it. But there's a reminder by the spirit world and angels to make sure that you're operating from your heart space, not from your ego. Because there's a thin line between shining your light and doing it for fame, profit, because it's well seen, as opposed to really, like, some people are lacking integrity, I keep hearing. So like, really shine your light, but do it from, because there's a higher purpose, no matter what you're doing. But make sure that there's something deeper. Yeah, because your power is sacred, but you just don't want to overuse it. And what your heart really reminds you to do, we had a study and learning reverse. You are ignoring some of the life lessons. You are resisting to change. Like, why are you resisting to change? Like, we are helping you, we're showing you everything. Like, come on. Like, some of you like really have like the eyes closed, and like the lessons are everywhere. I'm like, I am choosing to live in peace, and I'm choosing to ignore them, and guess what, they'll be still like coming. So like, really then inventory of the patterns, things, people, energies repeating, and you'll be able to clear them. And as the card in a position of challenge, or I like to call something you're being encouraged to work on, we have the healthy choices reversed. Start prioritizing your mental health, start prioritizing your physical health as well. Sleep, nourish your body, move your energy, don't overdo things, treat your body, treat all type of bodies, spiritual, energetic, physical, with kindness. Love yourself and make healthy choices, and only you know what's healthy for you. Okay, that's the end of the message.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I had a great time. Thank you for everybody that tuned in. Miss Jeannie, Wicked Wine Era, Katrina, Starfire, Gabby, Silkerson, Erin. Thank you, Inca, again for tuning in. I love you. Yes, we are so New York, baby. You know this. All right, y'all.
Tina's saying thank you as well. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure. Yeah, I've been paying attention to the comments as well. Thank you, everyone, for being on Instagram here as well. Great messages today. Thank you, ladies. Well, thank you for being in our energy. We appreciate everyone's presence. And this will be saved on the replay, so you can rewatch it at your leisure.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. You know the deal. So for energy healing services, custom EFT, AcuDetox, all the things, that's my link. That is my email. Holla at me. Of course, you can find me on Instagram at the Butterfly Hippie. Remember, y'all, the universe is working in your favor. The universe is working in my favor all the time, all the time, all the time. This is our information for the National Domestic Violence Hotline for the United States of America and also in the UK. Or you can text START to 88788. This is the website, thehotline.org. Remember to ask, believe, act, allow, receive. Here's Martha's information if you want to holla at her on her website or Instagram. Also, the Perfectly Imperfect podcast across all platforms. Let's talk about our retreat. If you want to catch the replay, it is still up and live for y'all at tinyurl.com/join awaken her. Marta and I had an amazing 3-day virtual retreat filled with magic and wonder and movement. Of course, we danced. We opened the session with dancing. We closed with dancing. And then for me, cohort number 3 for Escape the Matrix Nomad Transitioning Lab begins mid-August. If you are a Black woman or a woman of color who is ready to exit the grips and oppression of the United States of America to move abroad, like I did, holla at your girl. We begin next month. And here's the website right here, tinyurl.com/free woman path. All right, y'all, we are out of here. Love is respect, and everyone deserves a healthy relationship. We love you. Thanks for joining us, Martha.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ricky. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.